Hey guys, what's up? It's Heather with the Moscow, and today I'm wearing a sweater because it's chillier than it should be for the end of April, but either way, I've got a couple of flats, really pretty things sitting on the stairs right there. We're gonna do this trio of planters here. I've talked about this before, that this year I would like to kind of deck out the area around my garage a little bit more because it's such a high traffic area, and these stairs right here, we're here all the time. And I've used these planters before. However, I'm ready to plant them up for spring or for summer. And this is a full shade area. We do live in East Tennessee, Zone 7, AB-ish. We're like right on the border of A and B. So we've got some beautiful things that will do well in the shade. But I also bought a planter from Kinsman Garden. I think it's one of the Jennifer Crawford something tiered planters. So it's a pole with a basket on top and then the bottom planter as well. So we'll assemble that, hook it all up on drip, and then we'll get it planted. So let me go get that planter. You put the dirt in there, okay? All right, so tell them we got our planter. We just got to assemble it now. Do you want some shoes?
No.
Okay.
It's really hot and cold, Mom.
It's really hot and cold. Yeah, it is really hot and cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got all the pieces out, and Wyatt said he wants to help, which is awesome. My favorite garden helper, him and Jackson both. So I took all the dirt out of this, and you can see that it's already got a drip tube hanging out. So let's see, how this goes. Seems to be some parts. But if you look at this basket, and I was wrong, it's a Pamela Crawford. So if you'll see this basket, it has holes in it right here, so you can plant out the sides. So things come out the sides and out the top, and it's really lush and beautiful, and it looks great, and it sticks on a pole. And we'll show you when we're completely done. But
Put the dirt in already?
Nope, we're not ready for the dirt yet. When it's time for the dirt, I'll let you do the dirt. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is follow the instructions.
Okay, do your gloves, Mom?
Yeah, you can wear my gloves.
I want my gloves, Mom.
You want your gloves? Okay, hold on. Alrighty.
I'm playing with this, Mom.
You're playing with that? Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Whoa. Mom,
So.
it said, get in there and then drop out.
Says chew a flower pot of at least 12-inch diameter rim. I think we're working with like 14 or 16, so we're good. Place the split ring lock washer on the long bolt.
Mom, I saw an airplane jet.
Oh, cool, buddy. It's pretty cool, huh?
Hey, what the? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's super
What's
cool, bud.
jet?
It's pretty cool, bud.
The airplane jet.
It's an airplane jet.
Okay,
All right.
now, yeah.
So it says, place a split ring lock washer on the long bolt. So it goes long bolt, washer, and then this thing with, I'm assuming, the feet down. So we'll just screw this through here. Do, 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 do. These are really sturdy made, and I've heard really great things from them. I watched some Jenny gardening with Creekside because she lives in a similar climate to I do. Actually, she lives I used to live an hour from where Jenny lives. But in any case, very, very similar climate. And it is nice out here right now because all the trees are leafed out and it looks really, really pretty. So, and we're kind of in this part sun, so hopefully this isn't miserable to watch. Okay, so that's on there. And then, and it has a really good diagram, and I'll show you here in just a second after we get all the pieces going. It goes drainage hole, spacer, this thing, this guy goes through here. Now I'm gonna hook mine up on drip. So I've already got my drip tube hanging out here because I've used it before. And I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do drip all the way up to the top too. This will initially run 3 times a week on drip. It's in a shady spot. It should maintain pretty good water. If that's not enough, I'll either come out here because the containers over there, I'm gonna have to hand water this year. Having them on drip last year was a fail. I had drip tube running and everything. We're not trying to do all that. So I'm gonna hand water those. If this doesn't get enough water, I can hand water it as well. I mean, the hose is right here, so it's like 5 minutes before I go to work type of thing. All right, so then it says spacer and column in 2 sections. And I thought I brought some scissors out here, but I don't see them. Do y'all see my scissors? You ain't seen my scissors? Aha. Y'all probably did see them, huh? It's really nice out here in the sunshine. In the shade, it's a bit chilly. I tried to put a jacket on Wyatt this morning. He wasn't having that at all, which is par for the course. Quite frankly, there's a lot of times when y'all don't see him just because he don't have no clothes on. Alrighty, so spacer ring, spacer washer. Take the bottom column section, which has the smaller welded plate. This thing. This is the smaller of the two. They make a bigger one of these as well. I just think it's really great because it's somewhere you can get height and add beautiful color and have a lot of versatility. I originally wanted to do like a monochromatic green and white type deal for this, but I couldn't find the plants I wanted. So we went with really colorful. Let me rethink my drip tube placement here. So I was gonna bring my drip tube up through the drainage hole like I usually do.
Are you ready to put your dirt in now?
Not quite yet, buddy. Thank you though for wanting to help. Originally I was gonna bring the drip tube up through the drain hole. But if I do that, it's gonna get pinched in all the footings. So what we'll do is just bring it up behind the pot once the pot's turned over. It should be fine. Alrighty, so let me show you what we've got so far on this. So there's this plate here, like footer, with a washer, a bolt and a washer here. And then that connects on the inside to that spacer, and then you just screw this pole onto it. Now, this pole with the bigger thing where Wyatt's feet are goes on the top, so don't confuse those two. But that's what we've got so far. So I'm gonna set it up. Remove our liner, insert the short bolt and washer through the bottom center of the hole. Short bolt, washer. Let me show you up close so you can see that. Promptly drop the washer off the bolt. Bless my heart. And we'll screw this joker down. still a little wobbly. I don't think I've got my washer on the bottom right, so I'm gonna go get a set of pliers and try to tighten it down. Okay, that's a lot more secure. So here's my drama with this. It's a much better shot over here. I'm not squinting, it's in the shade, and it's wonderful. So I'd like to plant it up over here where you can see it. But I'm concerned that I won't be able to move it back to where it goes, which is approximately not far from here. But we'll see. I think we're gonna do that because the shot's better. So let me go over again the assembly. So on the bottom they have a plate, and then you put a bolt through it with a washer, and then there's a spacer on the inside, and then you just screw these two bars down, and then there's a bolt here as well. The assembly instructions were pretty good on it, and it did have some extra pieces. What is he doing? But then we're gonna put our cocoa liner basket in it. I will say that I had to use a set of pliers to tighten down that bottom, so this is a lot more secure than it was. That being said, I'm not very strong, so you may be fine as a normal human being, but for the weaklings amongst us, that's a struggle. So let me show you how I'm gonna do dripping here. So again, usually I would do my drip tube from the bottom drain hole, but because this backs up to something, it should be covered with plants. I'm just gonna drape it over the side, because if you try to put it through the drain hole that's also got like all the other stuff on it, you ain't gonna, I don't think you're gonna be very successful. Is that more straight? Whatever, okay. So this was the drip tube that was already in here, a brown drip tube that I didn't have an end piece for, so I just duct taped. I'm gonna snip that off. So this will come, this part here will connect to my main line out, and this will come over the side like so, and this will ring around the bottom part of the container. And then we need to get some black tubing, connect it here, wire it up the back of this pole, and bring it through the bottom of this liner, which we'll have to poke a hole in, come through here and have another one. So let's just get us a length of brown tubing. That looks like longer than you think you'll need, because you can always trim it later. And then I'll get my handy dandy drip irrigation set out. So what we're gonna do here is take just one of these barbed couplers here. My light keeps changing, it keeps being a problem. We're gonna take one of these barbed couplers right here and stick it in this brown piece that's gonna go around the bottom. Sometimes I gotta get gloves for this just to have more leverage. Again, I buy this stuff at Home Depot. I have come to like the Rainbird brand a little better than the other brands. So you've got your brown piece with your barbed coupler, and then that's gonna go onto your black tubing here. Like so. And then at the top of this, this will go at the back of the thing. We need to add more brown tubing. So we're gonna go ahead and put the coupler on that, but we'll wait till it's in the container before we manipulate it. So again, on these barbed couplers, I like to use this end first, because that's the harder end to get in there. So there we go. We're just gonna snip a hole right here in the bottom of our cocoa liner so that we can push our tubing through there. This is where it helps that it's a barb coupler. Okay. So now we've got that in there, and it goes give myself a little bit more slack. All right, cool. So now we're gonna fill her up with dirt on the bottom and a little bit of soil on the top. So I've got this Miracle-Gro potting mix. I'm gonna use it up first. So you see that our holes here, make sure my basket's lined up, or come to here. So I'm gonna fill it with soil to there. We're gonna add a bit of continuous release Proven Winners fertilizer. Nice little slow feed to get us going. That was cute, wasn't it? Okay. Now I've got 4 different types of plants. I saw this beautiful coleus and thought it would be amazing and kind of did. So I've got this impatient sweet potato vine and 2 types of coleus. So there's 8 holes here, so we're just gonna do 2 per the top, 1 in each hole. Give her a bit of a squeeze so it'll be easier to get her in there. Maybe I should do this way. All right, so now that we've got the ring planted, let's go in with a little bit more potting soil. We'll put 1 more of each on top, and then we'll put 2 of each down below. So, hit it with the Miracle-Gro. And apparently make a giant mess. Hit it with some more continuous release. Give that a little zhuzh in. And I'm gonna go ahead and put my brown tubing in it so that I can manipulate that in. And then to end that, we're gonna put a goof plug on. That way when we get our plants in here, and there's quite a bit of drip in here because these are pretty water hungry things. And in order to keep them happy, I think we're gonna need to keep a lot of water flowing to that basket. So let's get one more of each and put it in the top. I do think one of the keys to this combo is going to be keeping it maintenance, because these sweet potato vines are going to start to drape down and try to take over. So we're going to have to keep those clipped up, make sure that we're keeping our coleus dividing appropriately. So making sure to come in and trim it every now and then, so that it doesn't just overtake, but also it doesn't just get really long. It'll bush out for us if we come in and just clip it every now and then and divide it. So I think the key here on this one is going to be constantly trimming on it and moving on it. And because this is a planter that's right next to my garage, I think I'll have the availability to do things like that. I'm not as concerned with where everything is and the fact that it doesn't look very full right now because of what it is and how much it will grow. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. I really love this Florida Sun Rose Coleus. Thought it was really pretty and added a different dimension. Earlier in the year I saw West Coast Gardens, I believe they're a plant center in Canada, and I love to watch their stuff. They put together a lot of really helpful videos, and they had a beautiful coleus hanging basket that looked amazing, and so I wanted to try to channel some of that. It was just a lot of different colors and sweet potato vines. So now let's put soil in the bottom and get it planted up as well. And again, we'll come back in later and probably zip tie this to here so it's not so noticeable. Actually, we may try to move this to its final destination and then plant it up. Might be easier that way. So there she is. I know it's kind of hard to see her. I'll come take some pictures later on today when it's not so bright. But when she fills in and starts spilling over, she's going to be really, really pretty, really, really colorful. Love how it's going together. I'm just going to plant these two up a little bit later, and then I will give you guys, I'll come out here tonight when it's not so bright out here and get you some good pictures. So that's going to be it for me in this video, you guys. I'm super excited about this. I think it's going to add a really, really fun pop of color right here, a really, really fun way to get some height. So I hope you guys try this. I will link the container in the description below, and I will get some shots tonight for after this so that you can see how good it looks. Obviously, this is going to be one that throughout the season, you're going to have to fertilize it quite a bit, make sure it gets water. I mean, it's already wilty right now. But as it grows in, it should be really, really pretty, and we should be able to trim on it and get some really good success from it. So in any case, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.